It was around 1 a.m. on January 1st, 2025, barely 2 hours into the new year, when 54-year-old Tina Uyi heard a loud knock on her window. This came as a surprise to her because everyone had returned home and the gate to the compound had also been locked. When Tina asked who was knocking, she heard her ex-husband's voice, but some of the words that followed his response were ones that sent shivers down her spine. Tina's ex-husband, 55-year-old Osaro Ahunwan, responded that today was her last day on earth and that she was going to die. This disturbing response was followed by a continuous loud bang on Tina's window. As the knock got intense, Tina asked him if he wanted to break her window. Little did she know that breaking the window was Osaro's primary intention, as he eventually shattered it. But what happened next was what Tina would never have imagined. After the window was broken, Tina was confused about where to run to, since she didn't want to open the door so that he wouldn't gain access to the house. In the midst of this shock and confusion, Tina saw Osaro pull up a gallon of petrol. He opened the gallon and began pouring the petrol through the broken window and into her bedroom. On seeing this, Tina began panicking and then asked Osaro whether he wanted to burn down her house. His response made her understand that the situation before her was not a joke. On realizing this, Tina began searching for her documents and other valuables in a bid to save them should Osaro decide to push forward with his threat. While she was doing so, she heard a loud explosion followed by a big fire and the continuous barks of her security dog. Being fully aware of the danger ahead, Tina abandoned everything inside the house and then forcefully opened the door to escape, suffering some burn injuries in the process. The neighbors who witnessed the deadly fire rushed into the house to rescue Tina's parents, who were in their 90s and also living in the same house. Efforts were then made to put out the fire, but it was too strong for ordinary methods of firefighting. The Edo State Fire Service was called to the scene, but before their arrival, the fire had already razed down the entire building, destroying everything inside it. Tina also noticed that her car, which was parked outside the building, had also been damaged. She then began to wonder how Osaro was able to gain entry into the compound, considering the fact that the gate was locked, and being a 55-year-old man, he was less likely to scale the fence into the compound, especially around that time of the night when people were still outside celebrating the new year and shooting fireworks and bangers. An investigation would later reveal a heartbreaking betrayal that Tina would never have seen coming. After the damage had been done, the case was reported to the Edo State Police Command and officers were dispatched to the crime scene for preliminary investigations. Since Tina had known the suspect to be her ex-husband, it became very easy for the police to identify, arrest, and also take him into custody for questioning that same night. Tina Uyi was an Italy-based businesswoman. According to her, she buys goods from Nigeria and then takes them to Italy to sell. As such, it is safe to say that she is regularly traveling between Italy and Nigeria because of her line of business. Tina Uyi returned to Nigeria on the 31st of December 2024. Before her return, fellow Nigerians living in Italy as well as business partners had given her packages and money to deliver to their relatives and people in Nigeria. She reportedly returned with a cash amount of 4,200 euros, which is equivalent to about 6.6 million naira. Tina tried to make the deliveries on that same 31st December, but unfortunately, her car was not starting, so she had to reach out to the people expecting the deliveries to inform them that she would be bringing them on the 2nd of January 2025. Now, it is not clear if Tina chose to return on the 31st of December so that she could celebrate the new year with her family, or if she came back so that she could purchase goods to sell in Italy in the new year. Regardless, one thing that became clear to everyone was the fact that her choice to come back that very day would have easily become her very last decision on earth. Osaro Ahunwan, who worked as a transporter got married to Tina Uyi on January 12, 2022. The two of them were from the Benin Kingdom in Edo State, Nigeria. It is not known how long the couple had been dating each other, considering the fact that at the time their marriage took place, both of them were over the age of 50. Regardless, everything was going well for the two of them until 2023, just a year after their marriage. Tina claimed that Osaro began being abusive towards her. He became controlling and very suspicious. According to her, whenever she was out shopping and he called, the moment he heard a man's voice in the background, he would begin raining insults on her and also calling her degrading names. Tina also revealed that in 2023, Osaro threatened to kill her and also take his own life. She went further to say that Osaro once destroyed her car after they had a slight misunderstanding in that same 2023. Due to this violent and controlling character, Tina decided to quit the marriage, which was barely up to 3 years. She reportedly returned her bride price to Osaro's family in April 2024, marking an end to their short-lived marriage. Now, it is unclear if they also proceeded to divorce legally in court or if they just stuck to the traditional way of doing things. Regardless, Osaro seemed to have not given up on the marriage as he continued to try to link up with Tina. This led to her blocking his phone numbers and also cutting off all access to her. During interrogation, Osaro told the police his own side of the story, but most importantly, he made a shocking revelation that solved the mystery behind how he was able to gain entry into the fenced compound that night. Osaro disclosed that he had an accomplice. According to him, he paid the sum of 5,000 naira to a man named Osaro Ahunwan, who happened to be the elder brother of Tina Uyi. He stated that it was Osaro who provided him with detailed information about his sister's return, her movements, and particularly when she was present at home. Osaro went on to reveal that it was Tina's brother who let him into the compound. Now, the house where Tina lived was a twin 3-bedroom flat, meaning that the compound consisted of 2 separate 3-bedroom flats. Tina lived with her children and elderly parents in one of the flats, while his elder brother, Osaro, lived in the second flat. Osaro explained further that he hid inside Odaro's apartment with the gallon of petrol he bought, as well as a lighter, which was supplied by Tina's brother. Osaro went on to say that after he returned from church that 31st night, he went to Tina's house, which was located in Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria, to knock on the window. Tina, who had just gotten out of the bathroom, heard the loud knock and then asked who was knocking. Osaro responded and then asked her to open the door for him, to which Tina refused. She told him to leave and that they were no longer married as she had returned her bride price in April 2024. This response got Osaro so angry that he shattered the window, doused the apartment with petrol, and then set it on fire using the lighter supplied by Tina's own brother. The fire razed down the entire apartment, burning all the packages given to Tina to deliver to people. The fire also destroyed her 4,200 euros and all her documents. Osaro was also said to have blocked the main entrance to the apartment so as to prevent the occupants from escaping. However, Tina and her children were lucky enough to escape through the back door, running out naked, only to be given a wrapper by her neighbor to cover herself later. They were pulled out of the compound by other neighbors through the fence, but unfortunately for Tina, she had suffered some burn injuries on her legs because of the splashed petrol. The neighbors also assisted in rescuing her elderly parents from the burning house. After Osaro's confession, his accomplice was arrested and also taken into custody. It was revealed that Osaro assisted Osaro in carrying out the evil act against his sister because he harbored some grievances against her. According to sources, Osaro was said to have accused his sister of not providing financial assistance to him, despite the fact that she had the money to do so because she was actively building a hotel for herself. Sources also revealed that in 2003, Tina had sponsored Osaro to travel abroad, but he ended up returning to Nigeria after 10 years, leaving behind his partner and their baby girl. It was said that after his return, Osaro had remained unemployed and also fully reliant on Tina for financial support. It's just so hard to imagine how entitled someone could be to another person's money to the extent of wanting such a person's death. It is possible that Osaro agreed to help Osaro eliminate his sister so that he could inherit her properties. There is no clear motive behind why Osaro did what he did, apart from his claim that Tina refused to open the door for him. It could be an act of envy or jealousy towards her success. We cannot say he burnt down the house out of anger because that wasn't the case. He planned everything beforehand. He paid Tina's brother to gain information about her and then hid in his house, waiting for the right time to launch the attack. This was a case of next-level betrayal by a biological brother, and to think that the fire could have easily claimed the lives of both children and that of his elderly parents is just so chilling to imagine. Let me know your thoughts in this case in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel for more true crime stories. Thank you for watching and stay safe.